Have you ever felt that life is unfair? That everything has gone wrong? A great Roman philosopher once felt this way too. His name was Boethius. He lived a long time ago, in a world of political turmoil and sudden changes. For much of his life, Boethius was successful. He was a respected scholar and a powerful senator, serving the great King Theodoric. He had a loving family, a beautiful home, and the admiration of many people. He believed he had everything a person could want. Life seemed secure, stable, and full of promise for a bright and prosperous future. Then one day, everything changed completely. Boethius was accused of treason, a crime he insisted he did not commit. His powerful friends abandoned him, fearing for their own safety. He was stripped of his wealth, his honors, and his freedom. He was thrown into a dark prison cell, far from his family and everything he held dear. In this lonely place, he awaited his execution, a final, brutal end to a life that had once been so brilliant. It was in this moment of profound despair and utter hopelessness that he started to write his most famous book. Alone in his cell, Boethius felt a deep sense of injustice. How could this happen to him? He had always tried to be a good and just man. He had served his king and his country faithfully. Yet here he was, treated like a common criminal, his reputation destroyed and his life about to be extinguished. His mind was filled with sorrow and confusion. He questioned the very nature of fortune and fairness. Why did good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people? This question haunted his sleepless nights and filled his waking hours with anguish. It was in this state of despair that he had a vision. A majestic woman appeared before him in his cell. She was calm and full of wisdom. Her name was Lady Philosophy. She came not to rescue him from his prison, but to offer him something far more valuable, consolation. She promised to help him understand his suffering, not by changing his circumstances, but by changing his perspective. She would guide him on a journey to find a deeper source of happiness, one that could not be taken away by kings or misfortune. This was the beginning of his true education. Lady Philosophy began her lesson with a simple but powerful idea. She asked Boethius to think about the things he had lost. He had lost his wealth, his power, and his reputation. These were the things the world told him were important. People spend their entire lives chasing after them. They believe that having more money, a higher position, or the admiration of others will bring them lasting happiness. We see this all around us, every single day. The world constantly tells us that success is measured by what we own and the status we achieve in the eyes of others. But Lady Philosophy called these things false goods. They are unreliable gifts from fortune, a fickle and unpredictable force. Fortune can give you wealth one day and take it away the next. It can raise you to the highest office, only to cast you down without warning. Think of a popular celebrity who is adored one year and forgotten the next, or a wealthy business person who loses everything in a stock market crash. These external rewards are fleeting. They are like sand slipping through our fingers. The harder we try to hold on, the faster they disappear. The problem, Lady Philosophy explained, is that we tie our happiness to these unstable things. When we have them, we are anxious about losing them. When we lose them, we are filled with despair and a sense of failure. This creates a constant cycle of anxiety and suffering. We become prisoners of fortune, our moods rising and falling with her every whim. We are not truly in control of our own well-being. Instead, we have given that power away to external circumstances that we can never fully command. This is a recipe for a life of constant worry. True riches, she argued, are not found outside of us. They are not located in our bank accounts, our job titles, or the opinions of others. The greatest treasure a person can possess is inner wisdom. It is the understanding that comes from philosophy and self-reflection. This is a treasure that no one can ever take from you. A tyrant can throw you in prison, but he cannot take away your ability to think. A financial crisis can wipe out your savings, but it cannot destroy your character. Inner wisdom is the one possession that is truly and completely your own. So if power and wealth do not bring true happiness, what does? Boethius, guided by Lady Philosophy, began to understand that happiness is an inner state. It is a calmness of the soul that comes from living a life of virtue and reason. It is the peace that arises from knowing you have done your best, regardless of the outcome. This is a radical idea. It suggests that a poor person living a virtuous life can be happier than a powerful king who is consumed by greed and fear. Happiness is not a destination we arrive at, but a way we choose to travel through life. Consider the example of a dedicated teacher or a caring nurse. Their worldly rewards might be modest. They may not have great fame or immense fortunes, yet they often find a deep sense of purpose and satisfaction in their work. Their happiness comes from within, from the knowledge that they are making a positive difference in the lives of others. This inner fulfillment is something that a powerful but corrupt politician can never experience. The politician may have a large house, but their mind is never at peace. The teacher may have a small apartment, but their heart is full. The key is to shift our focus. Instead of looking for validation from the outside world, we must learn to look within. We must cultivate our own inner garden of wisdom, virtue, and resilience. This requires practice and self-reflection. It means taking time to think about what is truly important to us, beyond the noise of society's expectations. It means finding joy in simple things, in learning, and in connecting with our own conscience. This is the path to what Boethius called the highest good, a state of being that is stable and unshakable. This inner strength becomes our anchor in the storms of life. When misfortune strikes, and it will strike us all at some point, we are not destroyed. We may feel pain and sadness, which is only natural, but we are not broken. Our core sense of self, our inner citadel of peace, remains intact. We know that our true worth is not defined by our job, our possessions, or our health. It is defined by our character and our wisdom. This understanding allows us to face hardship with courage and dignity, just as Boethius did in his final days. Today, in 2025, the world can feel just as uncertain as it did in Boethius's time. We face economic instability, political division, and personal challenges that can leave us feeling lost and powerless. Many of us chase after the modern versions of fortune's gifts, social media likes, career promotions, and the latest consumer goods. We are told that these things will make us happy. Yet so many people who achieve these goals still feel empty. They feel a nagging sense that something important is missing from their lives. Boethius's philosophy offers a timeless antidote to this modern anxiety. It reminds us that our true purpose is not found in external achievements, but in the internal journey of self-discovery and moral growth. When we face difficult times, a job loss, a painful breakup, or a health crisis, we have a choice. We can fall into despair, lamenting what we have lost, or we can use the experience as an opportunity for growth. We can turn inward and ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? How can this make me a stronger, wiser person? This is the consolation of philosophy. This does not mean we should not strive for success or enjoy the good things in life, but it means we should not make them the foundation of our happiness. Our foundation should be built on something much stronger, our own character. By cultivating virtues like courage, wisdom, and compassion, we build an inner fortress that can withstand the inevitable blows of fortune. We find purpose not in what we have, but in who we are becoming. This is a source of strength that can guide us through the darkest of times and give our lives a profound and lasting meaning. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed by the world, remember the philosopher in his prison cell. Remember his conversation with Lady Philosophy. His story teaches us that even in our most difficult moments, we possess the ultimate freedom, the freedom to choose our response. We can choose to seek wisdom, We can choose to cultivate our inner selves. We can choose to find our purpose not in the changing tides of fortune, but in the unshakable bedrock of our own soul. What part of your inner world will you choose to cultivate today?